I'm going to show you how to do these attention-grabbing captions quickly and with zero keyframes using Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro. We start in Adobe Premiere Pro. We have a sequence with some stock footage and an audio track. First thing, we need to do the captions. So we select the audio track, go to the text panel, go to transcript, and hit transcribe. Once this is done, we go to the captions panel and hit create captions from transcript. We're going to choose a low maximum length in characters and the lowest minimum duration in seconds. Also, it's important to click single lines. And we're going to hit create captions. Now we select all the captions, go to graphic and titles, and upgrade captions to graphic. I'm going to copy paste everything, select the duplicated part, right click, and hit replace with After Effects composition. After Effects brings all the text titles as pre-computes, so I'm going to use this free plugin called AEUX to un-precompose them. I select them all in the composition and hit un-precomp. Once we have the text titles like this in our composition, I'm going to select them all, right-click, and hit pre-compose. Now that we have the captions in a downward staircase pattern in a single composition, we're going to use my scripts from the links in the description to set these captions into lines and highlight each word. After you download the link, you can go to File, Scripts, and Run Script File, or it's better to copy both of these files and go to your program's Adobe After Effects, Support Files, Scripts, and paste them here. After you restart After Effects, they will appear in your Scripts menu. Set captions and set caption duration. We're going to select the pre-compose we made with the titles and then hit File, Scripts, Set Captions. This script created a controls null layer and assigned an expression on the position of the first text, setting it to the position of the control layer. All the text layers below the first text have been assigned another expression in their position property. This finds the text layer above it, calculates its width, calculates the width of the current text rectangle it's in, and then calculates its position so that it aligns perfectly next to it. The bottom shape layer has an expression on its path and checks for each frame all the layers above it, finds one that has video, and confirms that it is a text layer, it's active at the frame, and calculates its corners. Then it makes this animation from left to right, depending on the in point of each layer and on the out point of that layer also. Currently, all the captions are in one line, so we need to separate them as we like. The first line we're going to have is I'm going to show you how. So we select from top to bottom these layers. We're going to go again to File, Scripts, and run the second script, Set Captions Duration. This duplicated the layers we selected and set their duration from the in point of the first layer to the out point of the last layer. This way, the text layers above the shape layer are the word highlighted, and below are the words remaining on screen for the duration of the line. We can keep using the script to select the other lines, but we can also set it as a keyboard shortcut, finding the script in the application and setting it as the keyboard shortcut we like. I have set it as Shift-D. So next time is going to be to do these attention-grabbing captions quickly and with zero keyframes. You're going to notice that some of these captions don't have space between them. So we're going to go to the controls, and there's a slider there called text space, and we're going to give it a value of 30. So now we have all the lines set, and each word is highlighted by this red shape. Some of these lines, we want them as double lines. So let's say we want this to do these attention-grabbing captions. We want this as the second line. So I select the layers below the shape and extend them before, and the previous line I extend after. Now I go to the text layer above the shape, and here inside the effects, there are two other sliders, X modifier and Y modifier. And I'm going to set the Y modifier to separate the lines. We're going to do the same for the next line. So we want quickly and width to be above 0 keyframes. So we extend the line that we want as second to the in point of the first line and the out point of the first line to the out point of the second line. And we select the first text layer of the second line, open its effects, and set the Y modifier to separate the lines. I'm going to leave the remaining two lines as single. Now to bring all these layers to the main composition with the footage, I copy everything, go to the original composition we linked to Premiere, paste them, and I can remove the precomp. Now we're going to add the drop shadow on all the text layers below the path layer. I'm going to select the first one, right click on the effects, select perspective, drop shadow. I'm going to have the opacity at 100 and the distance at 10. I'm going to copy this, select the remaining layers below the shape layer and paste it. I'm going to select all the text layers above the shape layer and give them a black color and give them as a track made the shape layer and enable the visibility of the shape layer. Now to change the shape, I'm going to open its properties, go to the fill part, and I will select a yellowish color. We're going to set its blending mode to hard light. Now we're going to select it, go to effects, distort, turbulent displace. We're going to set the amount at 45 and the size to 35. We're going to add Gaussian blur, disable repeat edge pixels, add the blurriness to 130, keep this just for horizontal, then duplicate it, keep it just for vertical, and we're going to reduce the amount to 30. Last, we're going to add a glow, select the shape layer, right click, stylize, glow. We're going to set the threshold at 65 and the intensity to 1.5. And our effect is done. When you go back to Premiere, select within out the dynamically linked composition and hit sequence render into out. And our effect is ready. Of course, you can customize this to whatever you like, change the colors, change the effects. Please leave a comment if you like the workflow, and like and subscribe if you would like to see more variations based on this workflow. And if you think it would be interesting if I did a more detailed video analyzing the expressions line by line. Thank you for watching.